Help, Beth.
Oh.
Beth.
Sir, you have to go.
So, despite all our efforts, she failed to respond.
Okay.
And her heart stopped, and unfortunately, she did die.
Then what was it?
We don't always know.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
What happened to her?
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. Every once in a while, we get the perfect storm of a celebrity being an absolute tone-deaf moron and the media propping them up, leading to what might be the worst headline of 2021, and it is getting absolutely destroyed on Twitter. This is an article about Gwyneth Paltrow. Now, if you're not aware of who Gwyneth Paltrow is, congratulations, your life is probably better off for it. But if you want to know who she is, she's a mediocre actress who has started a company selling pseudoscience to upper middle class lonely white women. She sells a $50 candle that apparently smells like her junk. There's all sorts of stuff like that that apparently lonely rich white ladies are buying all across this country. And she let out what can only be described as probably her deepest, darkest secret. Gwyneth Paltrow broke down and ate bread during lockdown. What was your lowest point? Let me let that settle in. Gwyneth Paltrow broke down and ate bread during lockdowns. How did you survive? What was your lowest point? They're just like us, everybody. They're literally just like us. Remember Chris Hemsworth and his $15 million mansion, worried about, talking about how brutal it is during lockdown. Remember Madonna taking a bath in what looked like milk and rose petals, talking about how tough it was, that the lockdowns were the great equalizer. Remember Gal Gadot pushing out that ridiculous celebrity montage video singing Imagine, especially lines like Imagine There's No Heaven. This was a great line for people to hear at the heights of lockdown. And look, there are still, I live in a state that's relatively open. But I just saw yesterday, Mudahar, some ordinary gamers is, having a hard time. Canada is particularly locked down. The mental anguish, the mental toll that this is taking on a lot of people, it's something that's an inconvenient truth, that the cure for many is worse than the disease. And this is just a few in a long list of absolute morons. Remember when we had Ellen, comparing lockdown to being in prison while she was in her $10 million, $20 million estate. You have all sorts of hilarious celebrity cringe from this past year that's kept us going. But this, my friends, is the absolute best. Let's take a look at some of the responses before I check out this article of what a stunning and brave hero Gwyneth Paltrow really is. She's just like us, isn't she? Whoever thought this article was a good idea, needed to be written, should be fired, hired by another division of The Guardian, and then fired again and barred from journalism forever. This isn't journalism, this is journalisming. In 2020, I lost my big brother, my dog of 12 years, and saw the end of my 16-year marriage. But at least I had the internal fortitude to resist eating a sourdough bagel. This with 9,000 likes. If I had to make a list, it was probably when my mom died, closely followed by 3 hurricanes hitting the state in the middle of lockdowns, followed by when I was sick for a month with the coof, but I hope Gwyneth is okay. Followed by with 16.9 thousand likes. I think my lowest point was when we lost 500,000. We passed the 500,000 mark of people who died in the United States. Thank you, Roxanne. Hey, Guardian, my grandmother's one of those Americans who died. So better than these tone-deaf headlines. My God. I don't even understand It was a rough year, but reading this tweet was definitely the low point. This might be the most demolished tweet of 2021. This might be the worst article at the worst time in a lot of people's worst years of their lives. I don't even understand who thought this article was a good idea, but let's together, and the quote tweets are also an absolute gold mine. Telling 5 different families over the course of a single shift that we were not able to save their loved ones. When 2 friends ended themselves because their business went under during lockdowns. My heart bleeds for Gwyneth, though. I mean, I don't even know if this is Gwyneth Paltrow's fault, but Hollywood is insufferable. Gwyneth Paltrow broke down and ate bread during lockdowns. How did you surprise yourself? In the latest celebrity attempt to prove that they had it just as hard as normal people in the lockdowns, Gwyneth Paltrow has admitted she was driven to the extremes during quarantine. Things got dark. She admitted to drinking as many as 2 cocktails a night. Quinoa-based whiskey cocktails, of course. And even sometimes eating bread and pasta. Shock! Horror. If I were her, I might be more concerned about buying an $8,600 hiking necklace as part of my detox program or creating a candle that smells like my junk. But hey, maybe sanity is all relative. She writes, my lowest point of the lockdown was when, at the end of my tether, I yelled, "I'm the alpha," at my 4-month-old puppy, proving to us both I clearly wasn't. I don't know why this article needed to be written, but that's where we are in society. Gwyneth Paltrow hits the bottle during lockdowns with Goop quinoa whiskey cocktails. I was drinking 7 nights a week and making pasta and eating bread. I was totally off the rails. Oh my God. I mean, can we just take a moment, everybody, and click the like button for Gwyneth Paltrow just so she survives? I mean, her net worth is only $150 million. I'm not sure how anyone could expect her to get along without her quinoa-based whiskey cocktails every night in her multi-million-dollar mansion. Gwyneth says she was not like blackout, but admits she still hankers after a cig when drinking. I miss it, says Gwyneth TV's project. The Goop Lab emerged on Netflix last January and was less than headline-grabbing hit. While the show has been renewed for a 2nd season, a source close to Gwyneth says it was by the skin of its teeth. The insider also says the actress feels pressured by celebrity wellness gurus moving into her territory. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that Gwyneth Paltrow was the only one allowed to sell fake pseudoscience to unsuspecting customers. I didn't know that. This isn't about money for Gwyneth. It's about proving her naysayers wrong, the insider tells me. That's what it's always been about her. It sounds like a lot of goop to me. I don't even understand how these people survive. But I want to take a moment, if I can here, because I saw Mudhar from Some Ordinary Gamers is having a hard time. If you're on Twitter, maybe send him some positive vibes. I know that this past year, for many reasons, has been extraordinarily difficult on people. And I also know that I've been extremely blessed to have a job that not only was relatively painless to transition to doing full-time here, but I'm blessed to have all of you. And I know that there are a lot of people out there that didn't have the support system that I do, that lost their businesses, that lost their jobs, that lost parts of their sanity. And I know I'm not going to make like empty promises, like I'm here for you, but I really am. Like, if you need to, you can always email me, thecording@gmail.com. I guarantee you I'll at least read it. and try to respond to as many as I can. Sometimes Maggie responds to them too. Sometimes it's good to just vent. But I know Mudahar from somewhere. I just want to send him some positive vibes. I know he's having a rough one. Canada is extraordinarily locked down right now, and I feel for all my viewers that are located there, or any country that right now is taking away your freedoms. I hope you enjoyed this video and at least know that Gwyneth Paltrow is suffering with you.